Good afternoon, everybody. I want to do a journey into Pleiadians, my interpretation, understanding, and a message they want to give to the world at this time. It's come up a few times recently. I used to work with the Pleiadians a lot, and my understanding of Pleiadians is when I visit them, when I first went to visit them, I would actually create a machine, believe it or not, that would spin me up into the dimensional space that they're in, which is pretty high up. I find the Pleiadians are very, very high in vibration. And when I went there were balls of light. And not everybody sees it this way, but this is how I see it. And when they're balls of light that come to you, and they then form into a very, what's the best way to describe it? They're mostly dressed in white, and the very white glowing skin with very sharp eyes, and they have light blondish hair, but like it is like a slate color to them, and very light blondish hair, and maybe there's other ones that have different colors, but this is the one I'm focusing on right now. This is so I can describe it to you. And there's multiple ones. They like I always found they love, when they're healing you, they love to form a circle around you. And now once you go there, though, you can just go there. It's like it's much easier to go to that dimensional space when you've been there. It's like when I first going to what you would perceive as the God, which is the highest version that you can reach of your higher self, is kind of the best way to describe it. Or more so, because God is a very much something you can visit. You have to let go of everything to get there. And a lot of times I'm just a pinpoint of light when I reach that dimensional space. So what we'll focus on the Pleiadians, and one of them, there's one that's like, I don't know if you call it the leader, but it's like one that specifically is always in front of you. And they form a circle around you with their hands holding, but this specific one, and it's a male, has 4 arms. So he can hold on to you as well as hold on to the other in the group to help raise your vibration. And they tend to give you gifts a lot of the times when I go there. The gifts can be very transformative. They can be very powerful. And some of the most profound experiences I've actually experienced was after visiting them. You have that, I don't know if people that do journeys, sometimes you're going to find that you're very, 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 very flighty and high and see things differently. And almost like when you come back from these places, there's times where you can simply feel everything, like a heartbeat of a person when you're driving by. And I know one of the things, I didn't even feel like driving because I felt like I was driving in the back seat. And I wasn't completely in my body still. And it was a very interesting experience, but you wanted to touch everything. And I was perfectly straight, just to make this very clear. And no drugs of whatsoever. And I felt like touching everything. It was like everything felt amazing. It was stuff like that happens once in a while when you do this type of work. And this is some of the things I've experienced when visiting the Pleiadians, when they gave you gifts. It's not even if they give you gifts. They just like to help you. When you have a problem or you want to heal someone, and they were always very good at helping out. There's many times that I've asked for their help. I brought people and things to them. I haven't really worked with them at the level I did when I first started, because you grow and expand in your understanding, and every time you visit them, they give part of that knowledge to your soul and to yourself that bleeds into you, so you take that knowledge with you and the understanding with you. So you start to be able to really expand your own self, so to speak, on this physical world and your understanding. So I'm going to visit them right now. And their cities are very, very beautiful. And it's almost like they're crystalline. I know this is cliche, but this is how I see them. There's crystalline structures. They're very, very tall, very elegant. Just like they are very tall and elegant. They're not thick. They're very thin and slender. And they've come at you as balls of light that transform into a physical appearance. So, to me, the Pleiadians exist as balls of light that transform into something physical to be more presentable to our understanding. And I go to the one, as I go to the same place, they always come out to greet me. So I got a group, and this time you have the one in the front that has the forearms, and they go down like this. So he's here, and it goes down this way. So he's in the front, and the other ones are one step behind him on an angle. So you see all of them. It's not that he is more special than the rest. He just stands in front, and the other ones go on an angle so you can see them clearly. And there's more come beside and behind me. And so they like to form a circle, or in this case, it's like a geometrical shape. And I'm just looking at, I'm just waiting here actually, to see what they have to say. So I ask him, do you have a message for the world today? This one appears as a female with really long hair that falls down on her gown, which is really long as well. So her hair isn't touching the ground, it touches her gown, which is on the ground. And her hair literally touches the ground. It even goes farther back. And then she stands to the left of me, and her hair actually goes up into the air and starts flowing backwards and is straight up, like it's almost like creates like a circle around her and from behind. But there's things attached to her hair. They're like there's things in her hair that are glowing now, and they're bluish color. There's another one that forms behind me, and each direction. So there's blue, there's golden color, and there's green, and there's like a deep purple, a really deep purple that's to the south, and to the west of me is the blue, and then gold to the north, and green to the east. And they create like energy all around me, and it starts forming a circle of energy. It's very, very electrical energy, very staticky. And it creates like a ball of energy all around me. And I'm sitting in this ball of energy, and and we lift off the ground, and these other ones still have this geometrical shape that are also creating energy. And that is now attached to the bottom of this sphere that we're actually in. So they're sending energy into the sphere from below, and it's amplifying this sphere to like, it's like different energy, but there's a lime green color all around that the one from below are forming, and it creates another layer of lime green energy. And this is forming into the earth. It's starting to look like the earth. and we're on a beach. These 4 females are here, and we're on the beach, and they're very, very elegantly dressed, very long white robes, and they have like small details in them that really stand out, and they glow like white on their skin, and they're looking at the beach, specifically the beach they're focusing on. And I'm standing in the middle, and there's 2 in each side of me. And they start to cry. They go on their knees and they're crying, but their tears are going into. They're on their knees right now, and they're crying into like the best way to describe it is like a vial of some type. And until the vials are full of tears. And they want me to grow arms, so like I had like the other person, so I grow another set of arms so I can hold 4 of these vials full of tears. Like they're almost like beakers in a way. And she wants me to go and pour this into the ocean, so I need to walk out onto the ocean. And as I'm leaving, she wants me to pour one on the shore going into the ocean. I do that, and then as I do that, as soon as I hit the water edge, the other one continues to pour, and I start a new vial. And I keep doing this, and I get farther out into the ocean. And when I finally get to the center of this ocean, in this place, she wants me to pour the other 2 vials into the ocean. And it creates like a really big vortex, like a whirlpool below my feet. And now they come out and to join me. They're kind of like walking behind me, but now they're around me again, around this vortex, and they want me to go down into this space. So I go down into the ocean, and as the farther I go down, I'm seeing death, like junk, trash, like in each layer. As I'm going down, it's getting worse. I'm at a layer of the ocean where there's nothing here. It's like a desert. But it's a desert like in the Sahara where nothing lives. But then she shows me an image of what it used to look like. Thriving, alive, beautiful. But then she shows me again a desert. She pulls me out of this image, and I'm looking at the earth, and I'm in the earth. And there's some type of, like the earth is like a big filter for water. It filters water. It keeps it pure. So there is pure water within the earth. But there's something happening that we need to be aware of. That this purity, the water within the earth, is becoming tainted. And as that becomes tainted, it taints pure water. Like it's like there's all this water within the earth that is pure. And if that gets tainted, the earth starts to die. Because it's like taken, like it's almost like they're showing me that that if you look at like your clothes, for instance, she says, look at it more like a radiation suit. And you can walk into radiation and you're protected from the radiation. So you don't actually die. But eventually, if you put a hole in that suit, you start to die. You start to get poisoned by it. And this is a very good understanding of what is going to happen to the earth. Right now, it's able to filter out a lot of the toxins, but it's starting to not be able to filter the toxins out. The earth is one big organism. They're showing me one great big organism that is like a human being. And it's like the figure of the earth is like being your physical body. If you start poisoning aspects of your body, you'll still survive. But if you poison too much of your body, you'll start to die. And this is kind of how she's explaining to the earth. Like right now, there's starting to become holes within the filtration systems that are not able to keep up and will start to kill the planet. The oceans are one example of what we're doing. What we're doing to the ocean is killing the oceans. If we kill the oceans, we kill the world. She shows me that if we kill the oceans, and she shows me the oceans turning a different color, and nothing's alive in the oceans anymore. But the earth is different. The earth is like, people are coughing, people can't breathe properly. There's plants that can barely survive. And your people are suffocating on the earth because they can't live on this earth. They can't breathe properly. And when the oceans die, because the oxygen will go down so much in the rest of the earth, that even if we plant more things, it's not going to be enough, because people will still continue the destruction. But if we simply left the earth and let it go and planted a whole bunch of trees, the trees need oxygen. Carbon dioxide, move into oxygen, I should say. So if there's nothing, that cycle is interrupted. It's like things start to die. Like the oceans die, I see the earth choking to death. The people, the trees, even the sunlight, almost like it becomes more of a brownish planet instead of a green planet. And it just slowly starts to die over time. And after a while, it looks more and more and more like a science fiction planet, not our own. Whole landscapes that used to be beautiful and green are like kind of like the Nevada desert in a way. Utah area. Some plants are surviving, but they're just not able to live in the environment because it creates a really horrible, it changes the quality of the air, the balance of what it is. So it actually changes the structure of what we breathe, or air that we're breathing. And the plants are used to a specific cycle, specific pattern, and this will interfere with that pattern. And I say to her that people know this, but it doesn't seem to matter. It doesn't seem to change their perspective on what it is that we need to do. Look at the situation that just is happening now, where the world should be working together, but they're not. If they can't work together in such a way, in this situation like this, how are they going to work together to save the world from dying? Because they're simply going to say that we're not coming back, and the world's let somebody else deal with a dead planet. I don't care. It's not going to be dead by the time I die. One of them becomes red, violently red and big and very, very nasty looking. And the other ones sit there and just watch this. They're wanting me to watch what's happening here. And she gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and she becomes like many, many, many heads of a snake. and she starts biting people all over the world, and they slowly die of venom. And then they come back, and she shows me people, millions and millions and millions of people, in like a cage environment, and choking to death. Like, it shows me many lifetimes. Like, when I say cage, it's the world is a cage, because it's not free like it used to be. She shows me that many lifetimes go by where people will still, this one person that said they're not going to come back, comes back. And will continue to come back until they learn the lesson. But she shows me when people learn their lesson and they die, they have a choice. They have a choice to either stay and help or move on. But if you're an individual that believes and doesn't care about other individuals, it's like if you reach a certain level of understanding, of love, of actually trying to help people, you will be able to leave and never come back. It's your choice. You can go to a different planet. You can do whatever you want. Because there's so many things open to our souls we have no idea. But so many people are connected to this earth to try to help people. You help these people that are stuck. You help them understand that they can rise above and move on. The people that don't care are the ones that are going to come back with no choice. But the ones that do are going to have a choice. This is important for people to understand. That you're not just going to die and leave. You're going to be stuck here until you're able to understand the importance of why you came here in the first place. It's like you have something to learn. And until you learn that, you're never going to be able to leave this place. That's a horrible thing to say, but it's almost like hell. In a way, Earth is like hell. That's what we would interpret hell to be, is coming back to this place over and over and over again. Because if you're a bad person, you're going to come back again. If you're a good person, you're going to be able to have a choice to come back or move on. You'll be surprised at the amount of people will come back to try to help, because they see the importance of this world and moving the human race into a level of understanding is important in the universe, in the physical universe. She forms back down into a golden color again. And she walks over and she draws something in the sand. It's a heart. The world. And then it's the best way to describe it is like the universe. If you love the earth or love the people in the earth, if you love on this earth, you're able to have the whole universe as your playground. And is kind of what she's saying. But she says, no, more than that. And she shows me a dot, and that's the universe. Our understanding of what the universe is, but she says it's all this stuff. And it's ridiculously vast. So that's what she wants to tell everyone. That's the message. It's funny because the last time I said I was there, it was a male, but the female is just kind of cool. And because there is no leader in their culture, in their spiritual, because they're very spiritual people, and everyone is revered. And the person that takes the lead is not the leader. Is just the person that wishes to speak. Nakarsunayaman. Thank you very much, everyone. If you wish to do a journey with me, you can visit my website at amonrasawakening.com. And you can visit my Northern Light pages at Joseph Bradley Auroras and HiddenAuroraSpirits.com. Thank you very much, everyone, and have a wonderful day.